Hello everyone, you saw my last video where I did Night Raid with the Mednafen Beetle core, but I tried to apply some of the science to the PCSX HD Extreme core, so we can do it with the proper graphics here, but I'm still trying to work out these sound issues. But here's where I'm at right now. Okay? And you already know if you try running this game with Dynamic Recompiler on the Mini Classics, the graphics are missing, but let's see what happens now. I'm ready! There we go. We have proper graphics, and we're actually running at a pretty good rate here. I just gotta work out some sound issues. And you can see there's literally no slowdown now. This is awesome sauce here. So let's see what happens when it gets to the frenetic pace here. As far as like these streaming services right now, like Netflix and all that fun stuff, what are you guys and gals all watching? I actually went back a couple years to a horror movie, which is a little bit like Goosebumps, Are You Afraid of the Dark, all that crazy stuff. And it was on the Showtime app. It was none other than the movie called Scary Tales to Tell in the Dark. I mean, it feels like a Stephen King representation. Kind of like Midnight Mass. And I've actually watched a few other things that the director and writer of Midnight Mass did. You might have known like the Blythe Manor, stuff like that. But if you saw the horror movie called Hush on Netflix a few years back, that's the same director and one of the actresses in Midnight Mass as well as Gerald's Game. In Gerald's Game, there's a little Easter egg where a book is tossed at the female, and it ends up having a title called Midnight Mass. But in the, should we say, the movie called Hush, the book that she is writing in the movie, like throughout the course of the movie, is actually called Midnight Mass, and none other than the TV show, which is new on Netflix right now. And I don't want to say too much about it, but from what I'm gathering, I didn't watch it yet, but it kind of reminds me of something similar to the vein of Stephen King's Needful Things, which was quite an interesting made-for-TV adaptation. But so far, so good with the speed performance here. We just need to work out the sound issues here. I want to have perfect, crystal clear sound when everything's said and done here. We'll do a little bit of the second stage show and see how it plays out, but so far so good. Let's try doing some of the crazy power-ups here. Look at it, no slowdown, no! Bullet hell for the win here. Again, this is made by Takumi. And for those of you who don't know who Takumi is, it's a subdivision of many developers that used to be in Toplan, one of the premier origin-rated SHMUP companies of all time. And when the company went defunct and bankrupt, they formulated other companies. I mean, these all went to different companies, such as Takumi, Cave, etc. And Takumi is an incredible company. They made this game. And I believe they made, what was it, Gunbird? Is it Gunbird they made? No, it wasn't Gunbird. Let's do a little trivia question here. Tell me the other game that Takumi made from your recollection. Okay, no slowdown at all here. This is awesome. I just want to get to the second stage. And of course, when I did my last demonstration on the Beetle Mednafen core, it actually showed quite a bit of slowdown just on the little boss itself. Let's see what happens here. And as far as like streaming services right now, I got good deals. I have like the Showtime Paramount Plus deal where I'm getting like $9.99 a month here, and I'm looking forward to some of the stuff that's coming out on both of these in the future. Like we will have the next season of Dexter, New Blood on there in November, but we will also have, of course, we'll have the next season of Picard, which is going to have Q. It's great seeing John Delancey in that again. He was a great, great actor way back in Star Trek Next Generation and all the other shows that he was in. Okay, let's see what happens when all the enemies come out stream. Oh, Fast and Furious here. Awesome stuff here. And I also noticed that the Dune movie, which was, I believe, originally supposed to be out on October 8th, I think it got pushed back 2 weeks because they have the James Bond final movie for Daniel Craig showing up on the same day. So Dune got pushed back to the 22nd. But in other countries, it's already in theaters and the reviews for it are spectacular. And the last Blade Runner movie, 2049, was an awesome movie. Same director as the Dune movie. So I'm looking very, very forward to seeing this again. I'm going to watch like the Blade Runner 2049 as well as the upcoming Dune movie. And the original Dune was one of those things where I actually used to have when I was a kid. One of those records that comes with the storybook, and you turn the pages as the record plays. And for some of you, you might remember that Patrick Stewart is actually in the original Dune. I kind of hope he shows up in a little bit of a little bit role in the movie at least. I mean, it's so fun to see. Okay. awesome stuff here. I mean, no slowdown at all. The sound is there, but not as perfect as I would like it to be. I want it to be pristine. Do a little bit more to power up there. Oh yeah, a little chain reaction there. Kind of reminds me of Muddy Number 9 as far as like the chain reaction system there. And there's another game, do you know what I'm talking about? Gunvolt. That entire series is pretty awesome too, which is on DS. I believe it was actually 3DS it was on. But yeah, Gunvolt series, is sure Gunvolt is quite a bit like Muddy Number 9 as far as the like chain reaction system. And if you might remember way back, the original PS2 had a certain game with fireworks that also did chain reactions. And so did a great PSP game. Was it Every Extend Extra? Love these type of games where they do like chain reactions. And they even had like a Burnout game. What was that? Burnout Crash, which also did chain reactions. So I mean, just thinking right now, what kind of games do you have that have chain reactions? I mean, even like the game called Pain on PS3. That was a fun game where you literally like launch yourself off like a catapult and bounce off boundless surfaces and stuff. But yeah, try to think of any kind of game that has like chain reaction. Even like Angry Birds would be a perfect example of that, where you do like one little physics-based throw, and it can make many other things fall down. Very much digging this, and run so much better than before. I'm already close to the second boss, or the mid-boss. Let's see what happens here. This should be a hailstorm here. It looks like an enemy right out of World of Worlds. And going back to like watching Scary Movie, what was it? Scary Movie 4. That was a little take on World of Worlds. A very interesting movie. And they even did like Anju, the Grudge little parody there with another certain female. What was it? Her Anna Faris. And it had like the ghostly boy up in the balcony. And you might have noticed this, or not noticed it, but the subtitles say one thing, but the actual speech that Anna Faris and the little boy actually are saying are actually like Mitsubishi, Toshiba, Hitachi. They're saying all these like Japanese iconic name brands and stuff rather than actually saying anything. So it's kind of interesting for those of you who may or may not have ever noticed that. Come on now. Oh yeah.